Good morning, guys. This is July the 9th, 2017 at about 11 a.m. I think, Mountain Standard Time. And I'm just coming into the Santa Fe, New Mexico area. And I thought I'd let y'all see what I see. I also have Google Maps turned on, giving me instructions or directions on how to get to Taos. And so if you hear that little voice in the background, it's not that I have a companion here. Well, I do. It's that Google girl or voice that gives directions. So anyway, this is the Santa...
In a half mile, take exit 282B for US 84 North, St. Francis Drive toward US 285 North, Santa Fe Plaza.
Thank you. I've got to take exit 282B, as in boy, and I'm going to do it right now.
Take exit 282B.
Gotcha, baby. Gotcha. That's my favorite girl right there. I asked her to marry me one time. I don't know if y'all can hear her or not. Okay, I'm on 282B now.
Continue on US 84 North for 28 miles.
Okay, good. So we won't hear her for 28 miles. So anyway, we're coming. This is Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's a beautiful city. The temperature right now is 74 degrees, and that is very nice. Humidity is always low here. Let me move over because I think this lane, does this lane end? I don't know. I'm going to get in the middle anyway. Because if I stay in the right lane, it always ends. So here we go, guys. Live and in color, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Gasoline is $2.29 a gallon. Speed limit here is 45, so I'll set mine on 44. And, you know, to get to Taos from Santa Fe, you've got to go through a lot of little towns, and you got to make several turns. It's not a straight shot. It takes about an hour and a half, even though it's only, I want to say 70 miles. But anyway, welcome to Santa Fe, guys. Not much to see so far other than cars, traffic, and bug splatters on my window. There's a car in front of me from Massachusetts, Massachusetts. I'd hate to be from there because I couldn't spell it. There's the Plaza Entrada right there. That means Plaza Entrance is all that means. Okay, so let's go. So on the way to Taos, this is Rusty 78609, and we're just going to go right through the outskirts of Santa Fe. I guess. I don't know where this road goes. Have I ever been on this one? I have no clue. Could have. I've been to Taos through Santa Fe a few times. What I did one time before they had Google Maps, this was in the late 90s, I thought, well, hell, I'll just go right through downtown. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You don't want to pull a travel trailer through downtown Santa Fe. Why? Because the streets are really narrow. They got a lot of one-ways, and so you got to get, anyway, you don't want to be there pulling a travel trailer. Okay, here we go. There's some Santa Feans, I guess, right there, walking. They can't even afford cars. That's how poor they are here in Santa Fe. Hardy har har. Yeah, this little city right here has a pretty high dollar community group of people that live here. Well, some of them, like everywhere else, you've got a few that basically have it all and a lot that don't have anything. And that's true all over the world, not just the USA. So here we go. Have y'all ever been to Santa Fe? There's some apartments over here. They got all those. You'll see a lot of that adobe on the outside. In fact, there's a building requirement. I think you have to have it done in a certain color. There's actually a color of that adobe that they generate, and you have to stay within that color range, or you would not be within the code, so to speak. But yeah, you'll see a lot of adobe flat roofed buildings all around Santa Fe and Taos. Speed limit 35. Yeah, we're not really, we're close to the main area of town, I think. Well, look at all the cars. Everybody's out today. Whoa. I'm not sure what the elevation of Santa Fe is. I'm going to guess it's got to be around 7,000 feet, because at this time of day, to be this temperature in July, on July the 9th, it's got to be around 7,000 feet. We're coming up on Cordova Road for you people that used to live in Santa Fe. You may know where that is. I love people that just move in and out of lanes of traffic, zip in and out, and if you leave 1 foot, extra foot in front of your car, they plug that opening. Yep, $2.29 a gallon for regular unleaded. Do not stop in the box. That's what it says up here. Well, I'm not to the box yet, but if I have to stop in it, you can rest assured I will. What do you mean to do? Run over somebody? Okay, so we got to hang on this road for about 20 more miles. So we'll get to see some of Santa Fe. There is Starbucks, most expensive coffee in the world. I can't believe they do that, but a lot of people like their coffee. I don't drink coffee. I haven't had, actually on this trip, I don't even have any tea. I've just been drinking water. And that's the way that is. I used to drink a Dr. Pepper in the mornings. I thought that just had to happen. But then I got to looking at the label and saw how much sugar and caffeine was in it, and I stopped. It was years ago. Okay, we're on El Camino Real, the real road. Is that right? It's a pretty city. It really is. You can actually do a lot of dispersed camping here in the forest that surrounds Santa Fe, but the city's just a little too big for me. And like this, I don't enjoy the traffic at all. But when you get to Taos, it's only about, I want to say, 6,000 population. And it's got a nice small town feel, even though the tourists this time of the year can be terrible. There's just a lot of them, and there's just a 2-lane main street, and to get from one end of Taos to the other, if you were going to do some grocery shopping and camping, it could, if you didn't know the shortcuts that I've learned, it could take you an hour just to get across, because the traffic is bumper to bumper. It's all tourists. They have no clue where they are, so they're driving really slow, and I know you wanted to know that. Pretty mountains all the way around this community. I love those stucco buildings and those red tile roofs. It's just really beautiful. Yeah, but the building code, you can't do anything really exotic with that stucco or whatever you call it, the mortar they use. There's a nice, interesting looking building up there. So I get 28 miles of red lights. That's going to be fun. That's not bad though. Let me get over here. Maybe I can, well, can't really zoom on that. Let me see if I can while we're stopped. That looks like an old, that's an interesting old building. Whoops, come on down. Let's go, Rusty. Pay attention, pay attention. Okay, here we go. Speed limit 45. Yeah, the White House has been great so far. I've really enjoyed the trip, and I feel confident that this will be my mode of travel for the foreseeable future, because I'm not going to go into debt that deep to buy a road trek or Winnebago, etc. I just can't. This is the Santa Fe Relief route, depending on your point of view. Santa Fe Opera, exit 3 miles. Y'all want to go? I would sing an opera song to y'all, but I don't want to show off. Here's some pretty stucco buildings right here. And it's not stucco, it's called something else. Come around here, slowly, slowly, slowly. And there's some beautiful mountains. Yeah, Santa Fe is a beautiful city. I'm sure in the winter it's cold. For those of you that enjoy driving videos, I'm glad a few of you do, because it's hard to do any other kind of videos out here because there's not much. You know, I can't go do a tiny building because I don't know where they are. I can't do RV reviews because I don't want to go to an RV dealership. You know, the income from the channel will decrease. Not only has it do the views drop off somewhat when I take a trip, but the ad rates have dropped by, or at least mine has. My ad rates are down 35%, but that's all across YouTube. I mean, they go down in the summer and then back up in the fall and all the way to Christmas, and then after Christmas, beginning sometime in January, the rates drop again. But when you get into Christmas time or the fall, they go up pretty good. They go up as high, or at least they have for me. I've only been doing this for a short period, but you know, they'll go up over $4 and then drop down to $2 and everywhere in between. So you can't really do a budget and rely on YouTube income at a certain level, because it doesn't happen. You know, one month you may make like pretty good money or whatever. If I make $500 or $600, I think that's great. And then the next month I may make $300, and that's the way that does. And it just goes up and down. You know, so but again, this is a pretty area. I'll let this go a few more minutes. Why? Because I don't have anything else to do. And this is easy peasy. It's got a smooth road. Teseki Village and Opera Drive. That's it right there. I was going to stay at my existing campsite for another day or two, but I don't know. I got up this morning and I thought, hell, I want to go to Taos. And that is the pleasure of living on the road with no plan. That house is built, well, that's not a house, jeez, it's just some stuff. It's really pretty though, isn't it? But anyway, I was going to stay there for a few more days, but woke up this morning and I said to myself, Seth, do you want to be here tonight or would you like to be somewhere else? And the answer was, let's go somewhere else. So we did. And I took one of my infamous shortcuts, a little 2-lane road, which was working out great until I got close to the little town of Valencia. They actually have a state park near there that I'd been to before, and I should have remembered it because it's a road from hell. And the speed limit for about 40 miles never gets above 35. Because the road just winds and turns and goes through little villages, and you just can't make. But anyway, it's scenic. It's pretty. You cross the Pecos River about 10 times, and that's a pretty river up here because it's pretty clear. They have a state park on the Pecos River in Valencia. It's called Valencia State Park. That makes sense, doesn't it? Flea Market Road. You know, at a flea market, can you actually buy fleas? And you see a sign, somebody says yard sale. I always wonder why they're selling their yard. It doesn't make any sense. They work hard to get it green and then they sell it. Or garage sale, how about that? They sell their garage. Actually, it's called a garbage sale. Because all they're doing is selling all the stuff they don't want anymore. Entering the Tsuki Reservation. So now we're on a Native American reservation. And you pass through several of these all the way to Taos. In fact, you know, in Taos, that's the Taos Native Americans or Taos people that live there. And, you know, I'm driving the speed limit and everybody's passing me. Never mind, we've been down that trail before, haven't we? Pretty area. We'll let this go for a few more minutes and then we'll shut her down because we're just about all the way around Santa Fe. But it is pretty. I mean, I love these chalky, kind of a reddish, what would you call it? Reddish tan. Mountains, hills. Anyway, I better end this before the little girl starts talking, come to think about it, because she's fixing to start giving me a whole lot of instruction here in just a minute. But anyway, guys, from Santa Fe, New Mexico, beautiful little city in New Mexico. If you ever get a chance, you ought to come here and check it out. Go down to the square and check. If you're a shopaholic, go down to the square. You'll love it. I tell you, everything you can think of. Anyway, guys, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy USA made when you can. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day will not hurt you. You may TT like a racehorse or a 2 or 3 peckered possum, but you'll feel a hell of a lot better. Take deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do that several times a day because that relieves stress and that lowers your blood pressure. That'll help you live longer. This whole closing thing that I do is just to remind people to try to keep their health. You know, work harder at your health than you do most other things. Out here on the road, I kind of get off some of the good stuff, but I try to do the right things. I try to eat something green every day and all that kind of stuff, and live healthily. But having said that, enjoy your day, enjoy your Sunday, and we'll be talking to you maybe again today. I don't know. But anyway, having said all that, adios, guys, from Santa Fe. Bye-bye.